Most people think of natural disasters as destructive, but some are downright creepy. Imagine the sky turning blood red, the ground swallowing entire towns, or strange glowing lights appearing right before catastrophe strikes. These are the kinds of natural disasters that not only cause chaos, but also feel like something straight out of a horror movie. Today, we're counting down the creepiest natural disasters you definitely don't want to experience. Intro natural disasters are terrifying no matter what, but certain ones carry an extra level of fear. It's not just the damage they cause, it's the eerie, unnatural way they unfold. From walls of water appearing out of nowhere to deadly clouds of gas that suffocate everything in silence, these events leave behind both destruction and haunting stories. In this video, we'll explore some of the creepiest natural disasters ever recorded, the science behind them, and why you'd never want to be anywhere near them. The limnic eruption at Lake Nyos. In 1986, something almost no one had heard of before occurred in Cameroon. A limnic eruption. Deep inside Lake Nyos, carbon dioxide had been building up for years. One night, the gas suddenly erupted from the lake, creating an invisible cloud that rolled across nearby villages. Within hours, more than 1,700 people and 3,500 animals were found dead, without warning, without struggle. It looked like entire villages had simply fallen asleep. The creepiest part? The gas was invisible, silent, and odorless. Survivors describe waking up surrounded by lifeless family members and neighbors. It's the kind of disaster where you don't even realize you're in danger until it's too late. Earthquake lights. In addition to the terrible nature of earthquakes, some of them are accompanied by a peculiar phenomenon known as earthquake lights. The sky is said to be filled with glowing orbs, flashes, or streaks of light, according to witnesses who have seen them either before or during significant earthquakes. People believe that they were a myth for a number of centuries. At this point, however, experts assume that these lights are the result of electrical charges being released from rocks that are subjected to great stress. Imagine that the ground is violently shaking while unexplained luminous lights flash across the sky. It would feel as if the world itself is disintegrating. Evidence includes the earthquake that occurred in Peru in 2007 and the earthquake that occurred in L'Aquila, Italy in 2009. Tsunami walls tsunamis are well known, but what's creepy is how they appear. Sometimes the ocean suddenly disappears, sucking the shoreline dry before returning as a wall of water taller than buildings. People, especially tourists, often walk out to pick up stranded fish, unaware they're standing in the path of a disaster. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami killed more than 230,000 people across 14 countries. Survivors describe the eerie silence before the waves hit, the ocean retreating, birds fleeing, and then an unstoppable wall of water swallowing everything in its path. Ball. Lightning. Lightning in the shape of a ball is one of the most peculiar and uncommon natural phenomena. Imagine luminous spheres of electricity, sometimes as large as a basketball, floating through the air and even entering houses through windows. These spheres of electricity could exist. These devices have been heard hissing, crackling, and even exploding by several individuals. In 2014, researchers in China were finally successful in recording it while it was occurring during a thunderstorm. The appearance of blazing balls of light floating through the air during a storm is more reminiscent of a ghost story than it is of science, despite the fact that it does not always result in fatalities. Mud volcanoes. Mud volcanoes don't spit lava like regular volcanoes, but what they do is just as creepy. They erupt cold mud, toxic gases, and sometimes even flames. The most infamous case happened in Indonesia in 2006, when the Sidoarjo mud volcano began erupting after a drilling accident. It hasn't stopped since. Entire villages have been buried under thick mud, and tens of thousands of people were displaced. Imagine your home slowly being swallowed by bubbling, boiling mud that never stops. The Tunguska event. In 1908, a massive explosion leveled 80 million trees across 800 square miles of Siberia. The shockwave was so powerful it knocked people off their feet hundreds of miles away. But here's the creepy part. There was no crater. Scientists believe it was caused by a comet or asteroid exploding in the atmosphere. But because the area was so remote, no one actually saw what hit. To this day, the Tunguska event remains one of the strangest natural disasters in recorded history. Dust storms, hayboobs. Dust storms, or hayboobs, are giant walls of dust and sand that can stretch for miles and move like a rolling wave. They turn day into night in minutes, choking everything in their path. During the American Dust Bowl in the 1930s, these storms swallowed entire farms, forcing thousands of families to flee. Imagine watching a towering wall of dirt hundreds of feet tall racing towards your home, knowing there's no way to stop it. Sinkholes. One of the creepiest disasters is also one of the most unpredictable. Sinkholes. Entire roads, houses, or even lakes can suddenly collapse into the ground with no warning. In 2013, a man in Florida was swallowed by a sinkhole that opened under his bedroom while he slept. His body was never recovered. That's the unsettling thing about sinkholes. They can appear anywhere, at any time, without a single sign. Fire whirls. Imagine a tornado made of fire. That's exactly what a fire whirl is. A spinning vortex of flame caused when extreme heat and wind combine during wildfires. One of the most chilling examples happened in Japan in 1923, when a massive fire whirl during the Great Kanto earthquake killed nearly 38,000 people in just 15 minutes. It's the kind of disaster that feels like nature itself has turned into a monster. Blood rain. Throughout history, there have been reports of rain that looks like blood falling from the sky. While creepy legends surround it, the explanation is usually dust or algae particles mixing with rain. In 2001, blood red rain fell in Kerala, India, for 2 months. Locals described it as terrifying, thinking it was a sign of the apocalypse. Even though science can explain it, imagine looking up at the sky only to see crimson rain falling on you. It's nightmare fuel. Volcanic lightning. Volcano eruptions are already terrifying, but some come with an added horror. Volcanic lightning. Massive ash clouds rub together, creating enormous flashes of lightning inside the eruption column. In 2022, the eruption of the Hunga Tonga volcano sent shockwaves around the world, and satellites captured volcanic lightning illuminating the night sky. It looked like something out of a fantasy movie, a volcano spewing ash and fire while a thunderstorm rages inside it. Catatumbo lightning. Over the course of several months, there is a location in Venezuela that is prone to experiencing lightning storms which occur virtually every night. The lightning, which is referred to as Catatumbo lightning, can linger for up to 10 hours at a time and can have as many as 280 strikes each hour. Although it was historically utilized by sailors for navigation, the locals find it to be frightening. Imagine you are living in a world where the sky never appears to stop flashing, as if you are imprisoned inside of a storm that never seems to cease no matter what. Natural disasters are always frightening, but some go beyond destruction and feel almost supernatural. From invisible deadly gases to fire tornadoes and glowing lights in the sky, these events remind us just how strange and unpredictable our planet can be. So tell us, if you had to witness one of these creepy disasters from a safe distance, which would it be? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves strange and mysterious stories from nature.